Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our health planners for the last week in April. And I've got this brush pen here that I may use, these habit trackers and stat stickers that I made on my computer, these various washi tapes that I will be using as well, and these sticker books which I'll pull from. Okay, so I have an idea for this week's spread, but we'll see how it goes. I just kind of want to do something, but I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. I'm going to start off by laying down some wax paper and putting down the main quote for my spread. This is where I got my color inspiration from, so I scoped it out before starting this spread and knew I wanted to use it for the week. I'm struggling a lot with my health regimen and just staying on track and staying consistent lately. Started out really good in the beginning of the year and I've just really gone off. So just want to give myself a little encouragement to not stop and keep going even though things aren't going to plan. And hopefully this little quote will encourage me. So since the sticker book that I'm pulling from, it has an unusual color palette, I had to go deep into my washi stash and find colors that were a little bit off from the normal, brights from the Happy Planner. But I really like this kind of alternative, almost modern color scheme, which you'll see as I start laying things down. So my idea is to do more like a almost rainbow stripe, but I guess like for decor it would be, I don't know how to describe this. I don't know if it's lines or stripes, but kind of like a geometric band of rainbow, of rainbow washi. That is what I'm going to be working off of for the main decor, aside from that quote. So I've cut a few of the washi tapes into strips. Well, I cut them down so they would all be approximately the same size. And now I'm trying to lay them into the spread and seeing how I really want them to layer, or what I want to do with them individually. I've pulled 7 different colors, although not all of the colors are prominent in the quote, but the book that I'm pulling from has some variations to the colors, so I wanted to have 7 in case I wanted to do something on each day. I'm trying out all of the colors and it's getting a little bit muddled, so we'll see if I'm going to end up using them all. I think it might be a cleaner look if I do limit how many stripes I'm using here. And as you could see earlier, I started out with them layered and decided I wanted to have a little bit more breathing room around them, which I think looks a lot better and just gives a little bit more of a polish to the geometric feel I'm going for. So I've laid down that sample and I think that's pretty much the direction we'll be going. I'll be using the main 2 center boxes for decor and my workout tracking. I've got these boxes here again from that same book. That is the Cool to Be Kind sticker book from the Happy Planner, and I got that, I want to say, in 2020 in their back to school release. So it's probably going to be pretty hard to find if you are liking this sticker book. But you never know. I'll try to find a link for it, as well as the Rainbow Mega sticker book, even though that one I have had trouble finding a link for in the past. I do include all of the products that I use in the description, so even if I don't have a link, I will usually at least list the name and the details of whatever it is I'm using, so that you can do a hunt on your own if you really want a specific sticker book and see if you can find it on some alternate sites like Marikai or Zulily or something like that. I've laid in what I think I'm going to use as far as the washi tape and how I'm going to lay it in. I really wanted the fields to be like they're at geometric angles to each other, but I will be trimming them so they're limited to within the box, the two boxes there, and we'll be cutting them down. I'm also using those cut down colorful boxes from the book. Each one had a header that was more related to school, so I've just trimmed off the headers and I'm using the boxes without them, and they look fine to me. I really like actually how they look with this spread. I'm also pulling a few of these strip stickers for my stat stickers. That's what I'll do for a little bit of added color there at the top. And then here I'm trying out the washi tape again at the bottom just to see if I'll like having that day for a color theme down at the bottom. Not exactly sure if that's going to work now that I've seen it, so we'll kind of put those washi tapes aside and see what other options I might have. I'm also in the sidebar trying to find a few things for just laying that out. I do have my habit trackers on the side, and I usually like to put in some weekly goals, so I will drag in this kind of multicolored box just for a place to write down some goals and give a little bit more of that multicolored feel that's in the outline of the boxes and in the top. So since I wasn't really loving the washi tapes down below, what I'm going to do is lay in some colorful boxes here at the bottom. And I'm going to try to match up each one kind of in the same color pattern that I grabbed for the washi tapes and use those instead. So it's a little bit more removed from the exact washi tapes that I have there at the top, but I am getting that repeat of color. And I'm also kind of working towards a rainbow look to it with the color for a day, even though it won't be consistent at the top. It will just be at the bottom. So I'm doing my best to match up the colors, and I think the ones that I was able to find are a pretty good match. So we have those there, and I think that's enough for now. We'll go ahead and start moving things over, and then I will fill in the rest when I get some stuff here on the spread. One thing to note about the student sticker books is that the box stickers are a little bit smaller. So just FYI, if you are a vertical planner, those box stickers will be short in your vertical boxes. That's fine for me because the boxes here on the health and wellness planners aren't exactly the vertical size, but just an FYI, if you are using these for a vertical planner, those student sticker books do have shorter boxes if you weren't aware. So I've cut up some strips there. I thought I might layer them with that bottom row of box stickers. I'll be putting my total calories in those boxes. I usually track my food, and so I'll put it above that and then total up the calories below. I'm just seeing if I like this, having them layered there, but I don't know, I'm not in love with that. So I think we'll just stick with a pretty simple, straightforward layer of boxes here in this rainbow color scheme. I think the simplicity works a little bit better with the stripes above, and it just kind of repeats that white or, you know, empty space plus color strip look, if you know what I mean. So the stripes mirror the look at the bottom. So I was going to start laying down the washi tape, but then I realized I want to white out these lines and combine these two boxes a bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I use a Sakura Jelly Roll white pen to do some of these like fine line white out techniques. It just kind of makes it a little easier instead of using like a dry line or something. Just using a white opaque pen really helps get a nice clean white out without making a lot of mess. So I'm just using that in a 10 tip or 1.0 actual size tip pen. And then I am closing them up with my Micron 01 size pen. It's a super fine liner, perfect for closing up fine line boxes like these. And I've already had a chance to drop in the quote, and now what I'll do is drop in those washi tapes. I think the key to making this look pretty good is when you bounce the line of washi's up or down, try to keep it at a 90-degree angle so it looks like a reflection almost, if you will, or a refraction off whatever bottom surface you're working off of. So as you'll see here, I'm going to trim these out. And since the spine is going to be a bit separated in my planner, I'm going to just kind of assume or use that empty space as a place where maybe the stripes have bounced to the bottom, and you'll see as I pull them back up that there's going to be no overlap. You'll see what I mean once I actually get it on the spread. And I'm just going to go ahead and move over those colorful boxes. And I was going to lay down these strips here, but I didn't really like, I don't know why, but I really just didn't like that they were slightly short, and I don't know, the extra white dots were kind of distracting to me. So I'm going to go ahead and use these strips that I ended up not using earlier and lay those in to give a little color up here in the stat stickers area. And just going to go ahead and quickly finish laying these in. And then trim them out. I'm going to go ahead and cut up my stat stickers now and put those in as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and layer these guys on top of the strips a little bit, just so I'm not taking up so much room in the box, with the strip kind of, compressing where I can actually put it in the stats. And I actually really like that layered look, so we'll continue on, and I will move on to my habit trackers. And these habit trackers, I'm just going to trim them down quite a bit so that it's just got a thin black line around them instead of a thick one. I have a bunch of the black versions left over from my little template, so I'm just going to figure out how to use them up before I print another sheet, just because I don't want them to just be sitting there going to waste. So trimming them out with a little bit less of the black line I think works here in this application. Also going to lay in the rest of the quote, but since the words kind of border against the day lines, I'm going to white out behind the letters just so it's a little bit easier to read. And I'm pushing it to the far right so that I have a little bit more room here to play with the washi tape I'm going to lay in. So like I said before, I'm going to be working towards a bounced look effect. And I am going to kind of make it seem like it's coming out from the bottom bounced. Now, again, the spine is going to have a bit of width, maybe about an inch or two of space between it. So I'm just kind of taking that into account visually when it's in my planner, so it looks like it's a nice even bounce from below where you can see. I'm just going to finish layering these washi tapes. And then I want to get the angle symmetrical. And then I want to get the angle symmetrical with the one on the left side. So again, it's more of like a right angle look. So I'm just using that page as a guide. And I really like how this is turning out. Especially once I trim the edges, I just feel like it gets really clean and I like the way that looks a lot. I'm using my precision cutter to make those lines right there on the sheet. This tool is really handy. If you're new to my channel, it's a ceramic tipped blade that's really small. So it's like an X-Acto knife, but so small, and it's really easy to control, almost like a pen. So it's great in a lot of applications right there on the planner page. You don't have to worry about cutting through the paper. You also have the dexterity to kind of move around shapes and things. So it's a really cool tool to have in your planner arsenal. So now that I've got those laid in and trimmed, I'm going to go ahead and lay in the rest of these boxes. I changed the layout a little bit there, as you could see. So I decided I wanted to add in one more on my rest day, just in case I fit in a walk on that day. It's usually the day I don't do anything, but occasionally we will go on, like a nice leisurely walk. So I want to do more walking. That's one of my goals. I'm going to add in another box there just in case I do get a workout there. And just seeing if there's anything else I wanted to add in here. Going through the Mega Rainbow sticker book now. I just felt like I needed a little bit of something extra here in the sidebar. I was originally looking for a quote or something, but I don't have anything that matches the one I used there that says "Don't stop until you're proud." So I'm just kind of flipping through. Maybe I can find some headers or something that will bring a little more color into the sidebar, but also, give me some prompts or something to use that empty space. I'm just having trouble finding the right colors that I want to use here that match up with that unusual color scheme from the Cool to Be Kind sticker book. In the end, I decided I will just use these two, but move them up a little bit and maybe add in one more. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment too if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.